Hi y'all, Miss 7up here. I am a lifetime supporting member of allrecipes.com's community. I have been on the website since 2007. I've been a supporting member for the past couple of years. However, I just recently, since May, became probably the only lifetime supporting member of the website. And I promised I would blog about it, so I'm going to do a video blog. But I've invited you into my kitchen today so that I could help introduce a cookie recipe. I stumbled upon a cookie and I just had to figure it out, and that's just me. I'm the type of person that if I like something and want to recreate it, I go out and try and do what I can to get as close to what I found. And that's what's happened in this case. So I'm going to take you on a little journey today to make my special cookies. I've already had a couple of people make them. It's a personal recipe that I have posted in my recipe box on the website, and so I'm gonna show it to you. So I'm gonna turn the camera around, but I'll be going about and telling you a few other things. What I'd also like to mention to you as part of a blog dialogue is, since I am a super fan, a lifetime supporting member of the community, I post photographs, write reviews, and rate recipes for the website. But I'm also in a very select group of people, of about 125 people. I'm considered what's called an All Recipes All-Star Brand Ambassador. It's a voluntary program for about 6 months, and anyway, it just kind of helps further along what I do. I'm a foodie. I'm a mother of 4, and I just like to cook. So anyway, I'm going to show you my profile, and I'm going to show you this recipe. The recipe that I'm going to make is a raspberry cheesecake cookie, and I should have named it something else, but that's a censor issue. Anyway, long story short, 4 ingredients, maybe 5. Let's see. Let me show you my ingredient list. Come on. Here we go. Here's my ingredients. We've got a Betty Crocker cookie mix, sugar, and it's going to be the 17.5 ounce bag of cookies, which is excellent. There's no oil in this recipe, just to let you know. There's 1 egg. There's an 8 ounce package of cream cheese, and these wonderful, wonderful raspberry tidbits. Let me show you these. These are actually made with pureed raspberries, and they're combined with a couple other ingredients to hold the stability, and the flavor is just absolutely fabulous. You can pick this product up at 2 places. Now, the company is called Prepared Pantry, and they're the ones that make the tidbits. They sell them for about $3 and some change plus shipping. Now, I bought several bags, but I went to Amazon.com, and Amazon had them for about $4 and change, but the shipping was free for me because I am a valued member, and I pay a little bit more so that my shipping doesn't cost me anything. But anyway, these are awesome, and they kind of burst after you've heated them up. Since the weather is pretty hot in Oklahoma and in Texas, when I get them, I keep them in the refrigerator because our temperatures, like I said, are about 105 degrees. Not very fun. And as I go along with the recipe, because it's fairly quick, I'm going to tell you a little bit of why I'm a lifetime supporting member for All Recipes website, and I'm very excited about the extra journey that I'm taking. Anyway, so here's the ingredient list. Let me go back to my website. So, pretty simple. You basically combined all the ingredients together, but I am going to just show you my photographs and my recipe. Raspberry cookies. This is my recipe box. Now, everybody who is a member and who comes to the website, they can load recipes that they find really easily. I mean, this is a great, excellent recipe site. Excuse me. to find recipes, build your recipes that you've had in your own disposal, put them on the website. You can post them to where people can see them, even though all recipes may not have approved them. What they call is kitchen approved. Right now my recipe is personal, so anybody who can access my page can go into my recipe box and actually find my personal recipes. And here it is, incredible raspberry cheesecake cookies. And I've had a couple of reviews, and there's going to show like 5, but there's actually only 2 people that reviewed my recipe. And I want to do a shout out real fast to this lady right here, AB Apples. And I want to say Miss Marin. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you loved my cookies, and they're very remarkable for your family, and I hope you enjoy them to come. Like I said, 4 ingredients, people. Pretty easy. You want to turn on your oven to about 350 degrees, and that's kind of like what I have mine to right now. My temperature on my gas oven is just a pain in the honey, so I have a thermostat inside. You want your cream cheese to be at room temperature. The easier it is for it to be at room temperature, you actually get a little bit of a spreadable cookie, not too much. If the cream cheese is still real cold, the cookie, when it bakes, will actually clump and not spread very much, which, you know, depending if you like a big, fat, thick cookie, that's great for you. If you want it a little bit gooey, let it sit out in room temperature. I'm probably going to move this back a little bit. My KitchenAid is very old and it's very loud. I actually creamed my cream cheese for a few minutes. That'll actually go away in just a moment. And no matter how many times I perfect my KitchenAid, it still likes to squeak. Okay, go ahead and add the 1 egg. And as you notice, my kitchen is kind of small. So while that's doing its little thing, it just takes a couple of minutes. I like to make sure that it does its melting. The story behind me being a lifetime member is back in May, there was a get-together from some of the foreign members, and that is pretty loud, I do apologize, that wanted to get together, and we got together in Las Vegas. There was a lady that lives there. Her name is Maui Girl on All Recipes. Is one of the members. Awesome lady. Shout out to her. We had a great time. And it was a nice sized group. I think we had about 14 or 15 ladies show up. And All Recipes actually came to visit, which was just another awesome thing. Anyway, All Recipes Elizabeth and her sister Rachel Yu came down from Washington. All Recipes has a home office in Seattle. Anyway, they came down, and we got to visit with some of the most awesome people. All Recipes had a slew of little gifts for us, which was totally awesome. I even wear one of my gifts right here, a bracelet that Candace had made for all of us. As I'm talking, I'm pouring in my sugar cookie mix, see? And this is gonna stir for just a minute. And anyway, I camped out in a hotel room. See, just really quick. I camped out in a hotel room with a couple of members and one member's daughter. I'm going to shout out to them too, because it's Carrie, which is my best buddy. I love you to death. And X-Ray Barb and her daughter. I'm not going to give out her daughter's name, just in case she doesn't want me to. Anyway, she's a sweet gal. Love her. She's adorable. Anyway, so we all camped out and we hung out with each other. We went and we had things we did every day. You're going to turn this on for just a moment to incorporate. And that's it. And then it's pretty much done. I'm going to do one more little turn. Yeah. That's it. See that? These work so good. Anyway, So as I'm doing this, I'm going to keep talking. Friday night we were there, and we met with our chef, Chef Luigi. He is a traveling ceramic chef that goes from member's house to member's house and reports back on what he's doing and the meals that he's making and the places that he sees. And so it came pretty good to be a great adventure. I brought my little chef, Chef Fatoli, to our little get-together on an airplane, and that was an interesting thing to begin with, too. I am looking for a cookie baller, which, there we go. I've got a very small kitchen. Anyhow, I'm going to scoop little scoops onto a parchment-lined cookie sheet, pretty much just like that. If you can see that, you'll have to bear with me. I am on a cell phone. Can hold my camera? Oh, my son's going to hold my camera. Okay, so let me show you. Brandon, some shots you can face to me. But anyway, so I've got a parchment lined pan, and I'm going to put these cookies down. You can get about 30 of them or so out of a batch. Like I said, I use a cookie scoop. It's one of my favorite gadgets. I have quite a few favorite gadgets in my kitchen. And but anyway, so we were there for All Recipes, and they took us out to dinner for Harley Davidson on Friday night. And on Saturday, we went to Maui Girl's house, and we hung out and had a big luau. Some of the best food. Maui Girl was awesome. I want to shout out to everybody, but
You told me that part.
that's all right.
Maybe.
Anyway, so we had some of the best food that was Hawaii themed, and it was just fabulous. Okay, so as I'm doing this, here's my cookies. Pretty much didn't have to be uniformed, but that's what I do. In the oven for about 7 to 11 minutes, just depending on your oven. The package, it actually says about, yeah, you're going to show that, aren't you? That's about 9 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my little mess while we're standing here talking so I can show you my cookies when they come out. Anyhow, Carrie and I, we pretty much hung out together with everybody, and we spent the whole entire day in Maui Girls' house and by poolside. Girls had cocktails and told stories and giggled, and we opened up little gifts and whatnot. Well, Sunday we had some free time, and Maui Girl offered to get us tickets to see the show Divas. I recommend y'all going to it if you like drag queens, because this thing was just fabulous. I was at awe at a lot of the photographs that I took myself at the show. It was just fabulous. Anyway, in the mist, Carrie and I went to the Shark Tank. That was across town, and honestly, I can't think of the name of the hotel because we were just having so much fun. We got to giggling about doing something funny. Well, I have a tattoo that I got 3 years ago. I'll show you this one. Alright, that is my tattoo I got a week before I had my gastric bypass. Anyway, now you can... Anyway, so, we were joking, and I wanted to get a tattoo, and I said, yeah, something in Vegas. Carrie and I got to giggling, and she mentioned about something about, oh yeah, you get a tattoo with All Recipes on it, and you might get a lifetime membership. And I got to giggle, and I said, yeah, okay. Well, we went through the tank. The more I thought about it, I thought, I'm going to get a tattoo. I want a tattoo. I called my husband, and he had no problem with me getting a tattoo. Anyway, so we were walking out to the car, and I said, you know what? I really want to get a tattoo. I wonder if they'll do it. Let's go see. So we were going to wait. We were going to go back to the hotel room, and then Carrie got the idea that we needed to do it before we got to the hotel room so nobody would see. And luckily enough, X-Ray Barb and her daughter had already gone out and done their little thing before we were going to go to the show that night. So Carrie and I were giggling and kind of kept it to ourselves. And she actually video blogged this with some photographs because I didn't take any. My camera had died and didn't even think about it. So we went around to a couple of places, and I'm not going to tell you prices, but one guy looked at me kind of funny and had a funny issue because I've been in my sandals all day. We've been walking around, so my feet sweat. Didn't even think about it. And I walked in, the guy said, sure, and thought I was really ditzy, or I don't know what he was thinking, but he gave me a couple of weird looks. And he did my tattoo. He was a riot. Carrie and I were giggling the whole time I was sitting there. Anyway, so when I got to the show, actually when we got to the hotel, there was nobody there. Waited the time, and I went and washed my tattoo and doctored it up with the Vaseline and everything. And Carrie and I still giggling. So we took some photos, and I took one of them and I put a recipe side under my daughter's name. And I said, oh my gosh. Yeah. And I said, oh my gosh, somebody got a tattoo in Vegas, because it had already been a big deal. We were already blogging about this. We were already telling everybody about the get-together. So everybody knew it was big. And All Recipes, I think it was one of their first ones, they actually sent somebody from the company to come to a forum get-together for the people that are on the website. So somebody's still trying to figure it out. And since nobody realized who my daughter was, they couldn't figure out that she was actually linked to me. They would have given away when it said Lawton Fort Seal on it, but it didn't. Anyway, so we go to the show. We were watching on my iPhone all the threads on All Recipes to see what kind of talk was going on. And as we're standing there, we kind of him-hawed around and do-do-do-do-do, look what I got. And nobody could believe it, but it's true. I got an All Recipes tattoo, and it will be forever cherished on my leg more than anything. And
unless you go to a doctor.
And I'm never going to remove it. So anyway, took photographs and sent them on, and of course it spread like wildfire through the company. And then I got an email from All Recipes Elizabeth about a week or so later that I was the talk of the company, which I really wasn't intentionally doing it just to get a lifetime supporting membership. I did it because I am a fan, and it was something that I had done, and it's a memory that I want to keep. And I met some other wonderful people just beforehand. I'm going to take a look at my cookies. And see, they're still puffing, but they're spread just a little bit. So they'll be out in just a couple of minutes. But anyway, so I'll let my son scan my leg and show you. All Recipes LV 2011. Now that could also be a dual thing because it does stand for Las Vegas. But just 3 weeks prior, I made a trip up to Oregon and Washington, and I met one of my all-time favorite people, and she is a person that I have buddied up for quite some time with, and on the phone all the time. And her name is Witchy Woman, which her name is Lori, and I love Lori with all my heart. She is my best bud, and that was a fabulous trip. But anyhow, so that's how I became a lifetime supporting member of allrecipes.com. It is a great website. You can surf through the website fast and easy. If you ever have a question and you're looking for something, and let's say you don't go to the Recipe Buzz, but there's an icon on the top that says ingredients. You list a couple of ingredients, hit go, and it'll pop up with a couple of hundred things, just depending on what you're looking for. If it was simply for homemade tortillas, which I was planning to make today, type in the ingredients. If you're finding a recipe that you've had in your disposal and you just accidentally got rid of it, but you knew some of the ingredients, couldn't remember the name, but what it was. You go to the All Recipes buzz and you put in a request a question, request a recipe. And you do what we call a shout out. You say, hey, I'm looking for this. It's got such and such and such. And I remember it was in a 1960s cookbook I lost. Can somebody help me? Let me tell you, people jump on that. And people are very courteous. And they will help you with all their might. And say, okay. People will go and Google it. They can't find it on the recipe site. They'll Google it. They'll look. They'll type in the link. And they'll save it to you. And say, here you go. Some of the most fabulous people that I have met in years. And I am proud and I'm honored to be established with a recipe site that I'm addicted to. It's just awesome. Anyway, so that's my little story about that. But I am an Army wife, so we live on Fort Sill. And, oh yeah, look at that. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and... Now, see how fluffy they are? You take them out now. They're slightly golden on the bottom. I like parchment paper better than spraying a pan. I'm going to leave them in for just a minute. I like parchment better than putting oil in my pan because I'm a gastric bypass. I don't use a lot of oil, so a lot of times I tend to try and figure out how to make something without oil in it.
It smells like yogurt.
It smells like yogurt. It's because it's the raspberry. A lot of fat does not do me very good. I am 3 years out from my post-op surgery, and it was one of the best things I ever did for myself. And it was kind of like a last resort. Anyway, it's given me a new sense of found devotion. And it makes me look at food in a whole different light. So I'm going to put another tray in while I'm waiting. And now, I'll go ahead and pull this out. I'll let them cool. So see, they're just a little puffy. If you don't...
That one went overload.
Oh, yeah, that one is an overload. You want to take a shot of that one? Alright. Some people leave them like they are. But I like my... Yes, there we go. So, I just... Hello! I tend to take a bottom of the thing. Just pop them down just a little. And that's just me. Oh, but that does look very good, doesn't it? Oh. Still pretty good. Anyway, that's how you make my incredible raspberry cheesecake cookies.
Mom, next time you might want to show this.
I did show that earlier. So, thank you again for stopping in my kitchen, and you have a great day.